So we are going to be recording this for later viewage as well, because there's a few people that do want to watch this that can't be on it. So please feel free to share this with any of your distributors. My name is Kat. Most of you know who I am. Thank you to everyone to be on this call. Thank you, Jackie and Andrea and Brittany, Karen and Liz. I appreciate you guys being on this and hearing your wisdom, but also us sharing some things that we can all learn from. So one of the reasons why we're doing this call is because we have lots of new distributors coming on, but we also have some seasoned distributors that just want to get back in the swing of things. So this is kind of like a newbie call, but it's for everyone. So you can use this call to either train your new distributors, train yourself, or get yourself going in this business. This is going to be very casual. We're going to try to keep this to about 30-35 minutes. And we're going to be having hopefully a new distributor call next week. Jackie, we're going to decide on that day, and we'll get back to all of you guys. So we want something to be there that's consistent, that your distributors can start to get trained and start feeling more comfortable. So one of the first things that we're going to just discuss is what's the most important thing in our business and what our business is based off of, and that is our steps to success. So I'm just going to share my screen quickly, and I'm going to show you guys the steps to success that you can print off, of course, in your eSuite. Give me a second. Let me switch. All right, so, oops, that's Ruby. Okay, so our steps to success. Can everyone see the steps to success?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So our steps to success is, again, the basis to our business. It's join. If you've already joined, it's run your ADBV auto shipment, so the products that you're testing every month and the products that you want to use or you want to sell, such as wraps. It's working on getting 4 customers every single month, or as we say, our product testers. And then it's also duplicating Ruby every month. So that's when you're signing 3 people who want to use the product, but also want to make money. And you're facilitating them and coaching them and kind of being their cheerleader to also do the steps to success. So we see that when they do the steps to success, you will be able to go Ruby. Jackie, do you have any comments on the steps to success?
No, I think that what's important about it, I think you nailed it. It's important to print it off. You know, I think that having things printed off, being able to write on them is really important. Even writing people's names that are on your wish list or people you want to follow up with. I think that you have a whole sheet of paper. You can flip it over and use it as a part of your 100 list, and not just for jotting down your ideas and things like that too. Your thoughts on paper always helps.
Perfect. Andrea, do you have anything to add to that?
I don't think so. I think that's exactly right. Like, it's your steps to success and having your hundreds list and having pen to paper.
Okay. And again, one of our things that we are focusing on is duplicating our efforts. And the steps to success duplicates that every month and makes it easy for our teams then to duplicate that. We say it's easy, but it's simple, but it's not easy per se. And that's one of the reasons why we're doing a call like this, because we want it to be simple for people to be able to, get some good verbiage and be able to duplicate it. One of the steps success sheets that I really like is this one. It's the animal steps to success. Can everyone see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. So this is something that I've been printing lately because it's allowing me to be realistic about my steps to success. If I'm writing in, 10 people that I want to be customers every month, I know that at least 4 of them are going to statistically sign as customers. Same with distributors. If I have 10 people in mind that I'm meeting with and getting the presentation in front of, to be distributors. I know that statistically, 3 of them will be able to join. It'll be awesome if, I get to 10 LCs and 10 DTs a month, but this is just making it realistic to actually complete the steps to success. Jackie or Andrea, have you guys used this animal style steps to success?
I have never seen it before, but I'd love it. I would love to have a copy of it. Would you be okay with sharing that maybe in the leadership group?
Yeah, of course. I can share this in the Diamond Leadership page, and I'm also going to share this with everyone that's on this call, and I'll also put it in from Raps to Riches.
Cool. What I like about it is that it kind of, when at first look, it kind of seems a little bit overwhelming, but you're totally right. Like when you have big goals and you're getting out there and you're building your team, especially when you're first getting started, it's crazy what you can accomplish when you're excited about it and your heart's into it and you're, what are you doing? And like you're just keen and you're excited about all that. You know what I mean? Like your energy is going to dictate your business. And so when you have your goals and they're big like this, I think it's great. You may not hit it, but you may exceed it. And if you have something that's big like that too, I think that helps you sort your mind out. And even if it takes you 2 months to accomplish this, that's still amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Agreed. Andrea, have you used this steps to success style?
I have, and I came real close to filling it in 1 month. There are months that I do sign over 10 loyal customers. And I know in my first month, I think I signed 17 loyal customers in my first month. So I know I could have used this for sure when I was first starting. And now that I have it, I usually print this off instead of the normal steps to success. But I love having my regular steps to success from head office because when I complete that, I know that my paycheck doubles every time I complete it.
You brought up a really good point there. When you complete it, your paycheck doubles and goes up. And I think it's important for us to be focusing on those income producing activities so that our paychecks can double. And so one of the reasons why we wanted to do this call is I wanted to help facilitate everyone in getting some new ideas on how to do that. I also liked, Andrea, that you said that you like filling out your normal steps to success. I have this sheet. I was talking to Jackie earlier and I'm saying, I'm going to be able to fill out my steps to success this month and complete it because I filled out this animal style steps to success. And then when I sign those people, I put them on my regular steps to success. So I feel double like accomplishment.
This is like your dream steps to success.
Exactly. And then I'm putting my real accomplishments on the corporate steps to success because I know, I got those people signed, good to go. And it makes me feel awesome. Like I'm like, oh, I see 2 places where I'm getting things done. Another reason why I really like this is because it really reminds people, you need to boost, you need to get ready to do your party. You need to get things on the book. You need to set up your ADBB auto shipment and you need to run it before the 25th. And it also focuses on that duplication where you're signing those new distributors and they're getting their first 2 loyal customers and you're earning an awesome bonus. Again, these $100 for Canadians is a little bit out of date, as well as the wrap reward amount. But those are, minimal details for me because I know that if I'm doing it, I'm making money and I'm getting free product. So with saying that, how can we get new distributors as well as seasoned distributors getting this accomplished? Andrea, you and I were talking a little bit about some of the verbiage. And I really liked some of the things that you were saying on how you go about talking to people and the vision that you have in mind behind it. So I wanted to let you talk a little bit about that. And then Jackie, maybe you can share some of your verbiage and some of your vision that gets you motivated to fill this out.
So for those of you who have not met me before, I'm Andrea. I think the biggest thing that I follow every month is I just set my mind right every day. Every morning I listen to some personal development just to get my head straight in the first thing in the morning and get my attitude right. if you don't set that in the morning, you're not going to make it through your day. But it's just all about asking people. I've asked many, many people before I got to Diamond, and that was the only way that I did it, so that I could, basically the idea is the more people you ask, the faster you win at this. So if you're looking to go to Ruby, if you're looking to go to Emerald, Diamond, or above, you just have to ask enough people. It's all about asking. And I think the biggest thing that holds us back from asking is fear. And I think the only way to get over your fear is just to get over yourself and know that if you have a vision in mind, you won't fear anymore. Fear can't stand in your way if you have a clear vision. So if you have a dream board, or if you have you have to write it down what you want. You have to write down the income that you want. So if you want to be making $1,000 a month, you have to write down $1,000 a month on every mirror in your entire house and in your car, and have Post-it notes everywhere saying $1,000 a month Diamond, or $1,000 a month, or $6,000 a month double Diamond. Whatever it is, you need to have it written everywhere you look, so that your vision is clear and your head is right every time you go to ask somebody.
You know, Andrea, I think that that's a really good point, because we have a lot of new distributors that come into our business and they don't set out goals for themselves. And when you don't set goals and you don't have a vision of what you want to make and where you want to go, and they don't understand that, it's easy to quit and it's easy to not ask. So, you know, if you could go into a little bit of detail, either yourself or Jackie, about, you know, how you guys set your goals, because again, if you don't have those goals set, you're not going to push yourself. You're not going to get outside your comfort zone. Jackie, maybe you can say what you did at the beginning of your business, because that prompted me to then set mine.
Okay, so I love everything you said, both you guys. I think that, Andrea, you took the words right out of my mouth. It's all about having a clear vision. If you don't have a clear vision, your fear will overtake you. Mm-hmm. If you're not ready to challenge yourself, if you're not ready to fail, you're not ready to succeed. It's really that simple. If you're not really willing to ask that person. So the nice thing about it is we have to look at it. It's not about us. We're sending out an invitation. We're asking people if they'd like to try our products, if they'd like to try one of the wraps. They're gonna want to try it. I mean, everybody does. Who wouldn't want to tone, tighten, and firm their body? I mean, every single person wants to do that. So I think it all comes down to, how are we asking? What are we asking? And the only way we're going to ask is if we have a clear why. And so we kind of have to go to that place about, where do we want our life to be? What do we want it to look like? Where do we want to be in 2 months from now? Where do we want to be in 6 months? Where do we want to be in a year from now? And then, you know, in a few, 3 years, 6 years, start envisioning what that looks like. What does it taste like? What does it feel like? How are you going to, how is it going to change the way your day looks? How is it going to change the way your relationships are with your children and your family? So I think that when you really know what you want, the universe is going to start to bring it to you. And so I think, you know, the steps to success are fantastic. I think that going out there and blitzing people on stuff is really great in theory. But if you don't have a why, you just won't do it, because you'll be afraid and you won't be driven enough to do it. And if you do have a why and your why is strong, you'll be excited to get out there and talk to people. You'll want to get out of the house. You're going to want to make sure you got blitz cards in your purse, and you got your and in your vehicle and things like that, and you're going to be excited to share with people. So I think that sometimes we actually have to take a step back and really focus on what our vision is and what we want to create, and then after that, everything else will come more organically and more easily for you. Sometimes we lose sight of that. For me personally, when I first got started with this company, I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew I wanted to get to Diamond. There was absolutely no confusion about it. I knew I didn't know if I was going to do it, but I knew I wanted to, and I knew that it was like the one thing that I wanted to get done more than anything, and because it felt impossible until it happened. So there's a part of it that's believable. There's also a big part of it that's disbelievable. But you just got to keep working with it and knowing and having faith in it. And I think that having strong friends and business partners around you that you can discuss these things with, that don't think you're crazy and they're in it with you and they want to run with you, I think sharing it with those people is going to be what helps you the most. Sorry, I totally went on a rampage, but
no, that was awesome. And the fact that, you know, you had a clear vision of what you wanted helped me as a new distributor have a clear vision of what I needed to do and what I wanted. It gave me that confidence. So one of the things that I think is important to go over with your new distributors is to ask not only what is like your why, but what is your monetary goals, and map out how are you going to get there. Because if they don't know what they want to make, people don't understand coming into this business what Diamond is, what Ruby is. All they know is they have a vision of, you know, I want to make a certain amount of money every month. So write that down. I had a clear vision that I wanted to make $11,000 a month. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't understand the steps to success at the time. I didn't understand, you know, half of what I know now about this business, but I knew the money I wanted to make. And I knew that talking to people and asking to get the presentation in front of them was going to help me succeed in that. So with your new distributors, get them to say, what do they want to make in 2 months? What do they want to make in 6 months? What do they want to make in a year? What do they want to make in 3 years? What do they want to make in 5 years? And what does that look like? And build that vision. And then from there, you're going to then say, okay, well, you have to then start talking to people and asking to get the presentation in front of them. So how do we do that? There's so many different ways and different forms that we can ask people. So Andrea, you know, can you talk to me a little bit about, you know, how did you sign those 17 people? How do you continue to sign a lot of your customers? Because it's in the power of asking.
When I first started, it was ignorance on fire. I just went full force. I had no idea. I didn't even know what our products were. I had no idea what was in them. I had no idea. I didn't know how to sign up a loyal customer, but I figured it out. And I just started asking people. I said, hey, selling a new supplement, you need a vitamin. The vitamins were the very first thing that I got a loyal customer on because I knew what a vitamin did. So that's what I started with. And then I'm like, I don't think I signed up a loyal customer on like wraps or defining gel or stretch mark cream or the facial line for like 2 months or 3 months into my business. It was all about the supplements. It was about the vitamins, minerals, and the greens. And I knew that they were healthy and I knew that people could use them.
For anyone that doesn't know, our vitamins are the It's Vital Core, and our full vitamin package is the It's Vital Minerals, It's Vital Core, and It's Vital Omegas, just to give reference. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, so at first it was just ignorance on fire. Now I have the knowledge behind me, and so I can be a consultant to people. So a random message that I'll send out to somebody is, I actually got this verbiage from Brittany, and I got it from, I want to say Jade Hooper, but I'm not totally sure. But it basically is just saying like, hey, I know this is super random. This is a cold message. It was, hey? Yeah. So it basically says something to the effect of, hey, I know this is super random, but I'm looking for people for my portfolio. I'll give you my distributor discount. Are you interested in that? And so I send that out to tons of people. The other thing I'll do is if people are liking or commenting on my posts on Facebook, say it's a business post, I'll say, hey, thanks so much for liking my post yesterday about me and Dave looking for 4 new distributors. Are you interested in what we do, or are you just being super supportive and awesome? And they'll always get back to you. It's a really soft way of asking. So if you're afraid to be like, hey, thanks for liking my post, you should join my team. A lot of people aren't going to react well to, hey, thanks for that, you should join my team. I know I wouldn't. So you got to think about what your reaction to that would be if you liked somebody else's post. Because they're always going to get back to you and be like, yeah, actually, I am super interested. I wasn't sure if I could message you. Or they'll say, no, I'm not really interested in the business or making money with you, but I love that you're doing so well and I'm super supportive of your business. And when they come back with, I'm supportive, I'll say, thank you so much. If you could share that post, I'll send you a couple of green samples. And then maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe somebody on your Facebook is interested in what we do and we can help them.
I love that. That's amazing. You make it very, very simple to be able to have people respond. And I think it doesn't matter at the beginning of our business or if you're seasoned, some people are afraid to ask because they're afraid to make people uncomfortable or they're afraid to feel uncomfortable themselves. So we were talking earlier about the fact that it's just repetition of the same verbiage over and over and over again, and asking people to look at the presentation, asking people to try the product, asking people to come to, you know, a one-on-one or a party presentation, and it's getting comfortable with that. So I love that verbiage. You know, what is some other verbiage that anyone uses? You know, Jackie. Oh, you're breaking up a little bit, Jackie.
Well, I'm curious of Andrea, like when you were ignorance on fire,
I think we lost you, Jackie. We'll come back to you in just a moment.
What it is now.
Oh, Jackie, we just lost you. Can you repeat that?
When I was ignorance on fire, what's different from then to now? I think that's what she said.
Yeah, I think that's what she said. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go with that.
Okay, we'll go with that. What was different? I had no idea what I was doing and I had no idea what my goal was. I just knew that I didn't want to work at my job anymore. And now I know exactly where I'm going and I know exactly how much I want to make every month and I know exactly how to get there. I think that's my biggest. Now I see the vision, I have the vision, and before I had no vision. It was, I guess I did though. I had a vision. It wasn't clear. It wasn't written down. It wasn't calculated. It was just, I don't want to work from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. anymore.
But you were still able to sign, you still had a vision. Because I remember when we met at that Tim Hortons, you were like, oh, I want to make 10 grand a month. All right, let's do this. And you started messaging people. So it just shows that, you know, you didn't have to know everything to start. And I think for a lot of new distributors, it's like you're starting a franchise. You're a business owner now. But this business, you're learning over a period of time and you're going to improve. But the most important thing at the beginning of our business is to get some success, because if we're making money, we're all going to be motivated to keep with it and keep making money. So you started making money right away. Like I remember one of your first checks was like $800.
Yeah.
So, you know, even though it was ignorance on fire, you were very successful because of that. So what made you really successful?
I put every waking moment that I possibly could into asking people. So just as a background, I was a personal trainer. I worked at a gym, and literally I was there for my first client at 6 a.m. And my last class that I taught was at 9 p.m. So I wasn't out of the gym till 10:30. If I pushed it, I was out of there by 10:30. So I wasn't home until about 11, and then I had to make my food for the next day, or I would starve at work for my 16-hour day. So I literally, in between clients, I also wasn't allowed to talk about, or bring anything into the building that was green, black, and bling. So I literally took back when I signed up, we got this green binder, and I had everybody's names in that green binder, and they were all on a piece of paper. And I would go into my car for like 10 minutes at 10-minute intervals, and I would go in my car and I would message people and I would call people from my car. So I worked from my car office for my first 3 months in between clients. And I just made sure I asked as many people as possible. I couldn't tell you how many people I asked. I just asked everybody I could possibly think of.
All right. So you had a 100s list and you asked. Yeah. Sorry, Jackie, you want to say something?
Yeah, I totally want to say that the same thing was with us, Kat. The exact same thing. When we first got started, we knew what we wanted. We felt like it was going to be all or nothing. And for me, I built my business not based on messaging people, but I based my business, and I got to Diamond by like having parties. And, I did a lot of parties at my house. Sometimes nobody showed up. And there was one time we had about 16 or 17 people there. And that was, I had to do a few of them before that happened, and I did some of them after, and I never had the same amount of people there, but those parties shaped my business. I think that the month that I went Diamond, Kat, do you remember how many loyal customers that we brought in? Like, I remember, in 3 days I brought in like 11, because I did 3 parties or 4 parties in 2 days. I was doing one and then going right to the next one right after. I asked my girlfriends to introduce me to their friends and have parties for me. I didn't make them feel like they had to do anything other than just get me in front of their friends. And it was the best thing I ever did. It was incredible. I signed up customers left, right, and center, same as Andrea. I didn't really know anything about anything other than the fact that I had a big goal and I was getting there, and I wasn't afraid to ask for it. I think sometimes in the beginning we grow. Like, one of the things, I've been doing this for 4 years. I'm actually now going back to my old notes. I'm going back to that girl who signed up and was a distributor and not a presidential diamond leader, but a distributor, and trying to duplicate that again. So I think anybody that's just getting started, you're very fortunate to be where you are. I think that right now I'm digging deep to look back to try and get that fire back inside of me, because it attracts people like a magnet, and people just want to be a part of that excitement that you have. So your energy is going to all of that. And so just being 5% more excited could change your business.
Okay, so you brought up some really good points. Your energy, your excitement, writing down, people that you wanted to be customers and asking them to have you in front of their friends, asking them for that favor of getting you into a new market so that you could sign customers. So for new distributors and seasoned distributors, having parties, having one-on-ones, getting introduced to new people. What was some of the verbiage, Jackie, that you used to ask people? Because I think that that's one of the points that maybe new distributors and seasoned distributors, struggle with. How to ask.
I literally read the steps or the party pad. I was all about it because I was doing home parties. And so of course I was going to do the party pad presentation, but I got more reps on more people in that time period than any other period in my business on my way to Diamond. So it was all about just literally asking people if they wanted to try it, and this is what it costs, and this is what it's going to do for you. And everybody wanted to try it, as long as you have there's a part on your body that you want a little bit tighter. There's always a product for everybody. So for me, it was all about the party pad. It's completely all about the party pad.
And how did you go about asking your friends? What verbiage did you use to ask your friends to get you in front of those people?
Well, I literally just, I called my closest girlfriends, my friends, and just asked them if they would be willing to have a few friends over and have me come and do the presentation. And every single person that I asked said yes. And then when it came to signing people over the parties, I just assumed everybody wanted to be a loyal customer or distributor. Like, I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to. So I think that energy coming in there and just almost feeling like, well, why wouldn't you want to save 40% on these amazing products? Like, why wouldn't you want to tone and tighten? Why wouldn't you want to have more energy during the day and have more, fruits and veggies, or have beautiful skin and all these things? Like, I just felt like, why wouldn't you want to? And so I think that really helped. I think that back then, one of the things that I really liked is that we paper application forms for customers and distributors, and we're working on getting that again. But right now, it's so simple. When people start to show interest, and you, like Andrew said, you just ask them, you invite them for that savings. You can, as soon as they basically tell you that they want to, because people do, you can literally get their order ready on your app, and then once it comes time to start filling the information out, I actually hand them over the phone and let them fill out their own information. So it's so much easier today. Although I do like the paper applications, the app works just as good.
Mm-hmm.
I just showed people what their options were, and they picked one. I was like, you could be a customer, you could be a distributor, you could be a retail customer, and most people wanted to be a customer or distributor, and it was really that simple.
Okay, so I like that you said that you assumed everyone wanted to be a distributor or a customer. You didn't make the decision for them. You assumed. I did that as well, and that's how I signed a lot of people. I think some people that have never done a company like this don't want to assume that they're going to get a sale, and that's what kills them. So you were the consultants. You got their order ready, you handed them the paper, and you said, okay, what's your decision? So it's like you're making the decision for them in a way, but you're just showing them their options.
I will say oh shoot, I forgot my thought. I was going to say, oh sorry, Kat, keep going. I had a thought and I missed it.
No, that's okay. The other thing that I love that you did is, you called people and you just asked them if you were willing to have a few people over and just get you in front of those people. So again, we see the common trend is you're asking people what their decision is. Do they want to save 40% and get free product? Or do they want to save 40%, get free product, and make money? And then just asking them, can you do me a favor? One of the things that, did you remember what you're going to say?
Yeah, I totally did. When I first started with this business, I was like, people are going to buy these products anyways. People are going to be customers anyways. They regardless of whether it's with you or someone else, people are going to want these products. And so for me, my big epiphany was, well, they can either be on my team, you know what I mean? They could be my customers, they could be my team members, teammates, business partners, or they could be someone else's. And that was a big moment. Like that was a big thing for me. That was a big, mind blow for me. I was like, well, they're going to be customers anyways. This company is going up. Like, who wouldn't want to have these products? So my mindset was either they're going to be with me or they're going to be with someone else. I chose for them to be with me. And so I felt like booking parties was the best way for me to collect as many team members as possible and have them be on my team with me.
For me, you brought up a good memory. It was, I realized that people are going to go out and buy, and Andrea, you kind of flashed this in my mind too. People are going to go out and buy multivitamins anyways. People are going to go out and buy greens anyways. So why not ask them to try our multivitamins and our greens? If they try it, they can try it for the 3 months. If they don't like it, they want to go back to the other brand that they were using before. That's okay. But just asking them to try it. Be like, oh, do you use a multivitamin? How do you like it? Will you be willing to try out our multivitamin and be a product tester for me for 3 months? Give me, your testimony for your portfolio, or, however you want to word it. But everything leads back to for them to just try it and to be a loyal customer. And one of the great verbiages that I loved was just, again, asking them, would you do that for me? Would you try it out for 3 months? I'm not asking you to be a long-term customer. I'm not asking you, if you don't want to join my team, I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just asking you to try it. If after those 3 months you really like it, I can show you how to be a long-term customer. If you don't like it, that's okay. But at least they tried it, because they're going to go out and buy that product regardless if you ask or not. It's way better if you ask them and they become your customer and they fall in love with it. And guess what? A lot of those customers that fell in love became distributors. Sorry, go ahead. Jackie, did you want to say something?
For me, I was going to say, well, I know you wanted to keep this call nice and short, so I think that it's probably a good idea that we focus on like wrapping it up. If anybody has any questions, now is probably a good time to ask them. Does anybody have any questions?
You can unmute yourselves if anyone does have any questions.
Mary, I know you were asking about ideas on advertising. I guess the biggest thing that I do for advertising is Facebook posts and just showing before and afters. My other advertising is I wear It Works gear everywhere I go. I am a walking billboard. And when I leave the house, that's right, it's free. And yeah, every time I leave the house, I try and wear my lanyard. It has my Blitz card right on it. And people ask me about it. They say, or they'll run out of a store in a middle of a mall and say, "Oh my God, you sell those wraps. Do you have wraps?" Sure do. Carry your wraps.
I love my the decal in my back window. I actually had when we left the gym on Tuesday, I had a girl come up to me. She's like, "Oh, you sell those wraps. I'd love to hear more about them." So I'm going to go Friday after the gym. I'm going to go tell her more about it. So that's like the most inexpensive thing that you have with you everywhere you go in your vehicle. So
people in drive-thrus.
I had some woman come up at the drive-thru. We're at a drive-thru getting French fries or something like that. Some woman came knocking on the side window here, and I just about like had a heart attack. She's like, "I just want to know what works." And so that happened. So yeah, you never know who you're going to meet. I know Barb Hauser gets tons of business from her back decal because she's always on the road. She's always driving somewhere. And I also want to say too that sometimes you don't feel like your Facebook is being acknowledged, and you'll post something and you're gonna lose heart because people aren't commenting. What happens is sometimes people, after they've seen that you're actually serious about your business, they're kind of waiting to see how serious you are. They're watching and they're waiting. I actually had one of my friends that I haven't talked to in a few years message me. I've known her for like 20 years, and I've been doing this business for 4. And she messaged me the other day and she's like, "Okay, I'm ready to find out more." You know what I mean? So it's not you, it's not your business, it's their timing, it's what's going on in their life. So don't be hard on yourself or be judgmental of your business or even think for a second that you're not good at this. You have to just keep moving forward. And when people think that you're serious about your business and they realize that you're not going anywhere, that's when sometimes they're going to be ready to join your team. And it might be a combination of the fact that they see you're serious and that they're ready. Those two things have to match up. You can't have one and not the other. So you got to keep on posting, because I've had ads that, I've posted things and I don't think anybody's, there's no likes on it or anything like that, or maybe a few distributors have liked it, but then I do it again and all of a sudden I get a private message, and those private messages are a goal. It's not to get likes, it's not to get people commenting on them per se, it's the private messaging that we're going for. So just keep doing it and have faith in it, and don't be spammy. If you're going to do an ad for Confianza, hold the Confianza up and talk about how your day was and how this is what was good for your day, because nobody wants to see another ad, but they want to see you. So speak from your heart, be authentic, be thoughtful, and make your own posts. And that's what people are going to respond to the most. Mm-hmm. Share what you love what you share.
If anyone doesn't know where to get like the car decal and some of our shirts, you go to the My At Work store, and I think it's important for new distributors to go on there and to start getting, their party pads, get a shirt, get a car decal, and get some of the product pamphlets, because you are your best advertisement. And if you don't have those things on you, then how are you going to advertise? Go ahead, Andrea.
The car magnets were one of the first thing I purchased, along with the bling, the black regular It Works t-shirt with the bling It Works. And I got 2 car decals for $16, and that was the first thing that I bought. And I still have people coming up to my car because of those. Well, I don't have the magnets anymore. I have the back window thing, which is only $50. So really, go for it. And Blitz cards in the car at all times, because people walk up to your car and knock on your window. It's crazy.
And I also say product pamphlets in your car at all times, because people want to see that there's other products other than just the wraps. We get our sustained customers by getting them on the greens and the multivitamins and things that they're going to keep using every day. People might not keep using the wraps every day, but they're going to use those multivitamins, and they're going to use things like the Confiance and the face wash and all of that. I've also noticed that we get a way better response from that back window card decal than we do the smaller ones. So yeah, definitely get on there and use your vehicle and use yourself as that advertisement. I don't think that you have to go and buy fancy advertisement. That really doesn't really work. It's all about.
It totally doesn't work. I've spent money on that. It does not work. It's a waste of time. Advertising in magazines, if any sort of billboards, anything like that, never see anything. Yellow Pages ads, never ever pay any money to Yellow Pages for anything. That's a way that I've actually seen people lose their businesses because they don't realize they're signing a contract, costs them a bunch of money every single month. They don't make any of it back. So stay away from anything like that. Your friends on your Facebook are going to be probably your best business in the beginning, and it'll continue to grow. Purposely go out there and network with people, add people to your list every single day. One of my goals is always to meet new people and just get them in my network. I love what you said too, Kat, about the back decal. I honestly think that if you appreciate your car's paint job, you won't put a magnet on it. I think the magnets are great if you don't mind your vehicle being scratched up, but I would never suggest it if you have a newer vehicle or something that you are concerned about. The back decal, it comes off and on. There's no problem, but I've seen people, have issues with magnets. So I just wanted to put that out there because I don't want somebody to learn the hard way. But yeah, I would stay away from like Yellow Pages for sure, anything like that. There's a lot of companies out there that are going to try and contact you and say they're going to get your website on the top and things like that. And it's a lot of money wasted unless you actually know what you're doing, and it's a science. And most people don't know what they're doing. So try and keep your money in your pocket. Get out there, buy your Blitz cards, get a good shirt, and just book your parties or get on social media, whatever works for you. Figure out what you have the most fun with. What do you enjoy about your business? I love parties. I'm a party girl. I've been doing parties for a long time. For me, I can do them in my sleep. I enjoy them. They terrified me at first. I remember going into my first one, my knees were shaking. So just because you're scared doesn't mean you're not going to be good at it or fall in love with it. So just keep pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. But make sure it feels right and it's genuine for you.
But also with saying that, everyone is going to be scared. And so pushing yourself outside your comfort zone doesn't always feel right. It's scary. But just make sure you're having fun with it. When I leave a party, when I go into a party still, I am like terrified. I get nervous. When I leave it, I have that rush and I have that feeling that I'm like, awesome, I just accomplished something great. That is that feeling that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So again, for new and for seasoned distributors, make your goals, make your monetary goals, this month goal, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. Draw out your vision, make your list, go on your phone and your social media, write down everyone, and be willing just to ask them, hey, can I practice my presentation in front of you? The goal is the more people you get the presentation in front of, the more you're going to win. It's just get the presentation in front of those people, may it be a one-on-one or a party, however you want to run your business. As Jackie said, she likes doing parties. I think it's important for people, especially in the beginning, to do lots of parties because you're going to it's almost like more bang for your buck. Some people aren't going to show up. Some people will, but the more people you get in front of, the more customers you sign up, you're going to make more money. So I did a lot of parties at the beginning of my business. I know some people struggle with getting parties. What do you ladies have to say for giving some, I just had a message. How can you get parties if you struggle with getting parties?
If you think you struggle with getting parties, you're going to struggle with getting parties. That's for sure. Anything it is, if you think it's going to be hard, it's going to be hard. But like the mindset you want to have is, what if it was easy? What if people wanted to have parties? What if they thought it was fun? What if parties only took an hour instead of, sometimes people think that they're 3 hours? What if that's the most affordable way for you to grow your business? It's the funnest way for you to get in front of your friends. It's easy. Being in the comfort of your home is what people want. People love going to parties. Like, sometimes people just want to get out of the house for the night because they're always putting the kids to bed, and they want to be the one who gets to be out and have a glass of wine. So make sure you keep parties fun. Nobody wants to go to a dry party, and they're designed to be fun, effective, and so I don't think that there's a better way to grow your business unless you are already following on Instagram and you understand how to grow your business that way. Parties are something that anybody can do. And I will tell you, I've been doing them for many, many years. I still get scared when I'm walking on the front, like walking up the front step, and I'm still getting nervous. By noon, if I'm doing a party that evening, I start to get nervous, and I take my confianza, and then I feel better, and then I, get to the door, and then I get nervous again because I don't know what it's going to be like, and it's always different. It's always a surprise. But it's when I leave, like Kat said, once I'm done, I've done my business. So you got to be a professional. You got to control the room. And that doesn't mean controlling people. That means starting on time, making sure you go through your party pad presentation, talking about your story and keeping that quick. And then making sure you're servicing people by telling them how they're going to save on products or they can earn with products. And you're basically just giving them the information and what works best for them. The thing you want to remember is that being a professional, people are going to respect you more. Oh my God, what are you guys laughing at?
You went all super robotic, and it was like, join the
Oh, that's funny.
Entertaining for a moment.
So, yeah, sorry, we're on our way from Kelowna to Vernon right now, so we're on the highway. I'm actually going for training on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's basically team communication. So it's how to communicate with people to grow your team. So I'm super excited to go. I'm always training. Training's my favorite thing to do. I never stop learning. But yeah, no, speaking of parties, I don't know if you guys caught this, but you're in control of the room. You have to keep your eye on the time. And you want your presentation to be short, sweet, fun, involving. You want people to try samples and be engaging and things like that, and have it be fun and light. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to make sure you're hitting your points. So yeah, that's my advice.
Great. That's perfect. Okay. And so Andrea, I would love for you to finish with maybe some verbiage on how to sign up customers via social media, or just asking. And then Jackie, I would love for you to finish with giving a script or just what you say normally to get a party booked.
Okay, so basically what I do is I follow the exact same thing every time. Again, I got this from an ambassador, Diamond, and basically all she does is she does the exact same message every time when somebody is interested in the product. So for me, I grow my business on social media, and it's basically Facebook. It is Facebook. It's how I've grown my business this whole time. And so I post something about a product, somebody likes it or comments. I message them and I say, hey, thanks for liking my post. Are you interested in the hair, skin, and nails? Yeah, I am. What does it do? It helps your hair grow longer, stronger, thicker, faster. Are you in? And then they'll say, yeah, sure. How much is it? It retails for $70, but if you do the 90-day challenge, it's only $39. And I leave it at that. I don't even ask a question. And they're like, oh, okay, what's a 90-day challenge? You get one product per month for 3 months and you get my discount. I leave it at that. And then they get back to me and they're like, okay, cool, I'll do the 90-day challenge. Okay, awesome. When do you want to get started? And then they give me a date. It's either right now, or it's on the 20th, or it's on the 15th, or it's on the 30th. And then I say, okay, I'll reserve your spot for the 30th at 6 o'clock. Does that work for you? And then they say yes. And my job then is just to, on the 30th at 6 o'clock, I call that person. And I ask them what the best number is to get a hold of them at. I like to do it over the phone after they say yes and they have a reservation date. And then I do it over the phone with them. Sometimes they just want to do it right through the Facebook message. Other times they want to do it over the phone. I give them the option.
I think doing it over the phone is really important because you're establishing yourself as a professional, and you get immediate results over the phone because you're actually talking to them. If they're not signing themselves up, you're going over the rules and you're helping them sign up, or you're getting their credit card information and all that to get them signed up. And, you know, you're not leaving it up to chance. So I love being on the phone with people.
Yeah, me too.
Just before I let Jackie go, my tip for seasoned and new distributors is, you know, write down some of your friends and family that you're closest with. Sometimes they're the hardest people to ask, but they're also the easiest people to ask. And what I do is I get a product that I think that they're going to enjoy, mostly the greens or the Confianza, and I say, you know what, I really need your help. I'm very grateful for all of your support. Would you be a product tester for me or try the greens out for 3 months? It normally retails for this price, but you're going to get it. It's going to delivered to your house for, you know, let's say like $70. And I'm not asking you to join my team. I'm not asking you to be a long-term customer. I'm just asking you to try it. If you don't like it, that's okay. I won't bug you about it again. Would you do that for me? And most of them are going to say, sure, I'll do that for you. It's not a long-term commitment. It's just 3 months of their life. You know, I'll get into all the other details if they, you know, they want to try different products after that, but I'm just trying to get them in the door just to try it, just to sample it. And then I grab all their information and I make sure that they know if you cancel before 3 months, because you are getting it at my discount, there's a $60 surcharge. Want to make sure that you're trying it for those 3 months. Thank you so much. And then I grab all their credit card information, their address, phone number, get them signed up as a loyal customer. And then I go over the details of their personal account after the fact. Maybe once they've gotten like the product and they're starting to try it, then I'm going to go over, oh, you actually have an account. You can actually switch up your product. But I don't want to overcomplicate it. I just want to get them in the door. Okay, Jackie, what is your verbiage?
Well, I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to have a party. It's fun. You get to hang out with your girlfriends and you get to try some great products. I usually bring over the shake, greens. Now I'd be bringing over the wow. You know what I mean? I want everybody to sample, smell, touch, feel everything possible. You increase, people's desires for things when they can touch, taste, feel, and smell. So even when I'm handing around the vitamins, I'm like, smell that, and I'm telling them to like be aware of you can put it in your hair. Be aware of, or just, you know, take note of the fragrance, the fresh smelling vitamins and things like that. What do your vitamins smell like? And asking those questions that are going to provoke thought. So that's what I do. When it comes to like asking for people for parties, I'm like, you know, would you like to try for free? Why wouldn't you want to try for free? Like it's super simple. And I keep it simple. I don't tell people what I'm not going to do for them. I only going to just keep it simple and tell them, you know what, how would you like to try it for free? And then they're going to be like, yeah, that's awesome. I'm like, okay, well, why don't you just grab, 4 of your girlfriends, and that way you guys can all try together. It's so much funner because you're all going to have different results, and that way you guys can all see how the product's going to work with each other. And so you're setting a tone for what's going to happen. You're setting a tone. You know what's really important about parties? Tell them how much fun they're going to have. Tell them how much they're going to enjoy it, you know, because when you tell people that, you're painting a picture, and then they're going to actually create it. So I think that that's super helpful. That's always worked well for me. Don't you just love the way our vitamins smell? And everyone's like, yeah. So like nodding and having that body language is really important because people are paying attention to that stuff. So yeah.
I've never thought about that. Touch, feel, smell. That's perfect. It's easy, it's simple. Yeah, and telling people, hey, I'd love to, we're going to have so much fun. I'm so excited to show you the new things I got. Why don't you have 4 girlfriends over? I'm so excited. Oh, I just got my kit. I'm so excited to open it. I want to come over and show you all this stuff. We're going to have so much fun looking through it. Why don't you have a couple of people over? Easiest way to book some parties with some friends. You can literally do that.
Yeah, and you're totally. And you don't have to call it a party. You can just call it a sample night. You can just say, hey, why don't you have your girlfriends over? We can have a sample night. You don't have to make a big thing about it. You want to keep it short and sweet. You want to make sure that you're like I said, you're in and out and keeping it simple. People are going to want to do what you're doing if they see that it's short, simple, fun, and engaging. So that's all I got. I gotta go.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to have another call next week. We will let you guys know the date, but thank you, everyone. Thanks for your input. And we'll see you guys on the pages and next week.
See you later.